As leaders, we made a deliberate decision to work for the people, and that is why recently we've seen Governor Kiraitu CS Munya, and other leaders who've not necessarily read from the same political script appearing or actually even reading from the same script. We are very specific on matters development, and the political differences that are there should never be a hindrance for these leaders to work together, or any other leader who means well for the people. So we welcome anybody who has positive energy for the people of Meru to join hands with the other. And this is not to mean that when electioneering time comes, anyone could be barred from seeking any position. Far from it. As it is, the focus is to make sure that under the leadership of His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, our region gets whatever could be remaining for this region to get. So I'm just encouraging all the supporters who support His Excellency Governor Kiraitu, and who even supported the former governor, who is now a CS in agriculture, to wish the Meru people good and not to necessarily create divisions at this point in time. So what happened in Tharaka Nithi, in Chuka specifically recently, was very welcome. Even this Mira conference, we've seen the participation of a number of cabinet secretaries. Although the conference was organized by Governor Kiraitu and the county government of Meru, CS Munya is the CS of agriculture. We saw trade minister, the CS coming in. We saw CS Matiang and other government, national government officials. So that is the spirit that we are encouraging, because we cannot be working in isolation. And we would want to see this going on and on, even after the re-election of Governor Kiraitu Murongi, who we are strongly supporting for his second term in office. This is the time again when you see political leaders doing all manner of things so that they can be elected. You see women going to kitchen, just going even to the kitchen in the village, peeling potatoes, trying to even help cook in the kitchen randomly here and there. They go and do all manner of antics, trying to be identified with the locals. But I would want the people of this country to look beyond this period. How have these leaders been before the electioneering period? Have they been of any help, whether they've been in office or not? Where are they coming from? We need to scrutinize the CVs of all these leaders so that we don't make decisions and then complain for 5 years, for another 5 years. It is about time we made very deliberate efforts of making sure that the leaders we put in office are credible leaders, leaders who meet the contents of Chapter 6 of our Constitution, which talk about integrity and so on. So let us not see leaders also going overboard, insulting each other, getting to the necks of each other, or even inciting violence, because that has happened previously. We've seen people go for each other's throat, which is not necessary. We've seen bloodshed purely because of political differences and intolerance. We've seen the other day the motorcade of one of the leading presidential candidates getting hit by pelted with stones, and that is a behavior. That kind of behavior should not be tolerated by any right-thinking Kenyan. We need to change that narrative. We need to come up with ways of convincing everybody without using vulgar language. We also need to be tolerant as wananchi. We need to listen to everybody. Voting will be secret ballot. You don't have to insult anybody so that they know you won't vote for them. You go and make your deliberate choice as a voter, because you have that right. And finally, we still have very few days. before IEBC closes down for registration. It is a shame that so many people have not registered. There are some people who could be waiting for some inducement so that they go to register. This is completely wrong. It's very wrong. So we encourage, especially the youths, let us come out in large numbers. Let's register. Let's do what any responsible citizen does for their nation. Vote, and vote wisely. For the people of Athwana, I know we have done quite a bit. The Athwana ward, which I took over slightly over 4 years ago, is completely different from what is there today. So many changes. Talk of water, some road infrastructure, some classrooms, and so on and so forth. But there is a lot more that we need to do, and that is why we are asking for more time to continue doing what we've been doing. And of course, we will never satisfy all the needs that people may have. I mean, there are personal issues that a leader may not necessarily be able to solve. But what we've been able to do has been to, empower the groups. Though we've not managed to get to all of them, we've been able to work on infrastructure. But we will continue with the same momentum, given more opportunities, so that the ward can continue getting to a higher level. So we appeal for tolerance. Of course, we expect other candidates to come over, not just in Athwana, but many other wards and counties and constituencies, and that is democracy. So we'll welcome anybody who may want to contest for the seats that we hold to come forth and get to contest. That shouldn't be a problem. Everybody will get to listen to whoever comes on board, and a decision will be made come 9th of August 2022.